Hello and welcome to EXP Share. This video is just going to be a quick demo walkthrough of the main functionality of this app. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I'll log in under my username. And just to show, if I enter the wrong password, I will continue to be locked out. So we have some security there to make sure it's the right user. All right, and now at our home page, we have a bunch of different options here. And we'll start off with, let's see, actually we'll start with search games. So if you go to search games, you can search it by title. And let's say, I want to see some Mario games. Then we'll pull up a list of a bunch of different Mario games. There's obviously a lot. But if I wanted to click on just one of these, like Paper Mario, that'll pull up some more details for the game. The average rating, I can add this to my reviews, add it to my wish list or any custom list that I have, or I could suggest it to a friend. A lot of options on this page. It has a quick game summary and then a list of the consoles or platforms that this game is available on. Apparently this one's only for GameCube, so it just shows the one. We can look at, if it's part of a collection, which this one appears to be, we can check out the entire Paper Mario collection, and this will show us all of the games in that Paper Mario game collection. If we go back, let's go ahead and just add, let's say I played this game and I really enjoyed it. I can give it a 10. I can say, it's really fun. You can submit that review. So now my review appears, 10 out of 10, really fun. I could also add it to a list. So there's some good games added to that list. It'll pop up there, it says add it to list. If I try to add it again to some good games, game's already been added to this list so that I don't get any duplicates. And then I can go ahead and suggest this to a friend. And this will pull up a list of my friends, and I want to suggest it to Golden Nugget. So send him that suggestion, and there's a suggestion sent pop up. And I think, oh, and now we can see that my review, really fun, appears under the reviews. That was the first one for this game. So it'll appear right there. Any other reviews will appear on the left here in this same form of speech bubble. I think I can show you that in a little bit, but for now, I'll just leave it at that. Now, if we go to my lists, we can see all the games I've reviewed. These are sorted by the review, the number I gave them, so 10 being at the top, and then lower reviews, 5s being at the bottom. And if you go even lower, obviously, those will be further down. You can see your wish list, games that like you may want to play but haven't played yet, just to kind of keep track of games on your horizon. And then here we have our custom list, so like my first list, which has no games apparently, some good games, which should have now that Paper Mario game that we added. And if I wanted to add, or I can edit this list and say, just call it some games. Currently it is private. You can see a check mark by the public, either on or off. I'm going to leave it private, and that means that this list is only viewable by me. None of my friends or anyone else can actually see this list. And you can go and there's remove from list buttons on each of these games if you wish to remove it from that list. I can add a new list, call it new list, and I'll leave that one public, and that'll take us straight to that list, which has no games in it currently. Let's add, actually before I do that, let's add one game to new list. So let's say Super Mario 64, add that to new list. All right, and then that list is public. So we'll come back later and show how other users will be able to see that list, but not the some games list. So now we can head over, now that we know that I have reviews, we can head over to Discover. And what Discover does is it finds games based on your highest reviewed games that you also have not left a review for. So if you've left a review for a game, it won't show up here because this will assume that you've played it already. So it won't suggest a game that you've already played. So based on my reviews, this will find me an aggregate list of, how many is this for? 16 games. I forgot how many. It'll always be 16. There's a much bigger list that it pulls from, but it always takes a random grouping of 16 of those games. Because I have some Mario games listed high, I think I have Assassin's Creed must be listed high. I get a lot of, and like Spider-Man games, I get a lot of games that you see like, okay, yeah, you can see how these would be suggested to me, and if I click find more, it'll find a different random grouping of those games. So yeah, that's the Discover page. And now if I go over to suggestions, this is going to be any suggestions that my friends have sent to me. You can see Golden Nugget thinks I should check out Spider-Man, which I already have. I gave that a 10 out of 10. But I can click on the game right here. I can click on his profile right here. I can remove him as a friend, but I don't really want to do that right now. And I can see his reviews and wish lists. He doesn't have any public lists right now that I can see, so I can just see right now his reviews. I give Need for Speed a 7, Front Mission a 3. So if I go back to my suggestions again, actually, you know what? Let's go to messages. So if I go to Golden Nugget and I click on message, we can see sorted from earliest to newest at the bottom. You can see all the messages I sent him, as well as any suggestions. They'll appear here with their time card. So you can see, like, click on that game if you suggested it to him, and we have his messages on the side here, as well as his suggestions to me. Again, you can click on those games on their titles, and yeah, so that's the message page. Now let's go to let's add a new friend. Oops. This is just my friends list real quick. I guess I only have 3 friends, and you can see I have no pending friend requests, so I'm going to go ahead and send one because I know there's a user by the name of Lance. I'm going to search for that user. There he is. I can send him a friend request, get that little confirmation pop up, and if I try to send him another one, it'll say you already sent this user friend request, just to make sure there's no duplicate friend requests out there, just kind of floating in the ether. I can also just look at his profile if I'd like to. His public lists are listed here. So actually, he has a public list with no games currently. But as you can see, there's that extra list alongside the wish list and reviews list. Now, if I go back and let's see, I think I've covered. Yeah, okay. I think I've covered most of that. So now I'm going to log out. I can actually go back to my profile as well, and if I'd like to edit my profile in any way, I can do that here. Or if I click on the profile picture, I can change my profile picture. I'm actually going to go ahead and do that. Let's see. I think that's a good one. What is this one? It's a picture of a plant. Well, I guess it's my profile picture now. It's a picture of poinsettias. So I'm going to go ahead and log out. And log in as Lance. I think that's it. Yeah, so now we have Lance's profile here, and we can go to his lists. And remember, we could see that public list, but we could not see my list here. And if we click edit, we can see that it's private. So again, there's no games on the list right now, but I still couldn't see that on my other account. And now if we go to our friends tab, we can see that nice guy sent you a friend request. Say, oh, who is this guy? Click on nice guy. Got that nice plant profile picture that I changed it to, and I can see his lists. The Some Games, that's the name of it, that it was. The Some Games was the private list that I had. Again, you cannot see that here, but you can see the new list where we added Super Mario as the public list. You can see the wish list, see the reviews, and I think, if I try to add a friend here, it'll say this user has already sent you a friend request. Again, so we don't get those duplicate friend requests just kind of floating out there in case I accept one and reject another. So I'm going to go ahead and accept this one, and now he will appear on my friends list. And I can then go and say, hey, I'm going to suggest a game to you. So I'm going to go to my list, and I'm going to go, let's see which one has, I guess. There we go. Okay, let's say I want to suggest Sonic. I can now suggest that to Nice Guy because he's a friend. Suggestion sent. And now if I go to my friends again, click message, you should check out Sonic. There it is. And since we were friends before, I still have this lingering. Oh, it's the same game. That's funny. But I have this old message from this other account. Suggestion that I should play that Sonic game, which is right there. So there you have it. That is EXP Share. Those are the kind of fundamentals of this app. I hope you enjoyed. And if you would like to contact me with any questions you may have about this app, I will leave the GitHub link to my repo in the description of this video, which will have all of my contact information in that README. So thanks again for watching. Goodbye.